I'm a godless spy, must spy and cover all of your secrets, I want them. There's no stopping me now. I'm a liar, playing the game of desire,
on the streets
and
of
don't leave no
Bauk.
survivors. Would you fall for me now? Just like Cleopatra, the army of lovers. I set a fire. Mama Matahari, Matahari, Mama Matahari, Matahari.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Azerbaijan 2022, the F1 esports game, of course, Baku. Great street track coming our way, and all to play for this evening alongside me once again, brothers and sisters, the great Safar Daboon. What a commentator. I love having him around. He makes me feel almost as good as I should be. Safar, how are you doing, brother?
I'm doing glorious. That intro, I can never be mad. I'll never be sad. That was a beautiful intro.
I always try and pip it every week. I try and just pick it up a notch. Eh?
Just try to be a little bit better. It's fun. It's fun being back. Especially after our race this weekend. It's nice chatting to you again.
Yeah, go rub it in. Go rub it in. Everybody that's on the live stream right now, Safar Daboon just pipped me at Austria. He absolutely whipped me. He didn't pip me, he whipped me. Great drive by him, though, I must admit.
Yeah, but we're not bad for a bunch of commentators, I would say. Like your qualifying time for Austria was pretty good. And got me quite nervous there at one stage. So.
Well, they don't call me the one-hit wonder for nothing. But that's about it. Hey? The next is the Safar's the 50% wonder.
Yeah, sometimes not. But
it was a good race though.
Yeah.
A little bit of mix of weather as well. I mean, they're throwing a bit of the rain in. That was pretty cool. I enjoyed the race. It was really good.
yeah, it was quite fun. Like especially like Brewer being my race engineer, I actually need to give a big shout out to him. Like he gave me the exact time, the right lap to go into pit for me intermediate. If it wasn't for him, I probably would have stayed out one more lap and then just lost the lead.
Yeah.
And then it would have been, my car was not set up for the rain, so I would have probably struggled getting the place back. So.
And look, Safar, I'm not going to be that guy, but I'm going to be that guy that says, please do not ready up too soon, guys. We've got tire temperatures to sort out. I was ice skating through Austria.
Yeah, I was wondering, like, I thought you were running that, were you running that, like, 16-10 wings?
I was. I went for a very, very low downforce, but then I needed to bring down the tires as well to compensate for it, and I didn't. My tires were at 111 degrees Celsius on the rears at one stage. Pretty hot.
Yeah, you can't do anything with that. That's like impossible to drive with. Yes, no, because... Yeah?
Carry on, Safar. Yeah.
Oh, no, just to say, like, with the such a low... Like, I tried playing with my rear wing. At the end, I settled with a 16-13, and the moment I try to go 16-12 or lower, I just constantly lose to the rear end.
Clever man.
So I
Clever man. Nice race pace you had there.
Yeah. No.
Safar, I'll tell you what, we've got 5 seconds. I'm going to absolutely transition right over to them and we can keep chatting through this. But guys, we are at Qualies at Baku this evening. This is all to play for. We've got 3 races left. We've seen the standings. I've posted it for the people. We do know that the likes of Redline wants to keep that pressure on to make sure he stays ahead of Martin. All to play for you tonight. How are you doing, Safa? How was your week, though, brother? Besides the F1,
Yeah.
did you get your flight okay to Baku?
Oh yeah.
It was more than it was not a bad ride. Got some kebab on the plane, you know, and then just landed there. That's normally what they make
Yeah,
here.
I mean, the trip from me to the bathroom straight to my seat was kind of tough, you know, but I managed it.
Yeah, and that's quite a beautiful city with the old architecture. And yeah, modern buildings in combination with it. But yeah, sorry, are we live?
We are live, Safa, currently.
Are we live? Just making sure that.
You thought I'm pulling a fast one on you there.
Yeah, just need to make sure. But yeah, so no, it's fun being Baku. I'm glad I'm not driving. I don't preferably like this track as much, but I know you love this track.
I love any street circuit, don't I? I mean, I'm a big Baku fan. I love Singapore with all the walls. I love Monaco, my favorite track. And then the unfortunate one that they let go in 2022, which was Vietnam. I missed that track. But I do love me a street circuit.
Oh, did you do a lot of Vietnam in like the good old days?
I did. I loved it to pieces.
Yes, yeah. This is quite a fun track actually. There's like those two long straights, and then also that like big like circle, like you do like that 180 degrees.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And same principle stands. Keep it up the wall, and you'd be pretty good.
Exactly. And so the same thing with this track, especially the corner Dolph just went through. Very, very tricky.
I do see they've opened up that corner ever so slightly. They've pulled that one wall ever so slightly back to make it a bit easier. But the fact that they've pulled that back doesn't mean that you can take it any tighter. You've still got to get around that cone.
Yeah, true, but drivers will try to commit as much as they can. Some drivers try to jump that curve.
I've tried
Just
that. I've landed in the wall. I call that my wall of champions.
Your wall, Jeff. Beautiful. Nah, so looks like Dolph is starting now fast lap, yeah?
We're on Dolph at the moment, that beautiful horse pumping around the track right now. I'm excited to see what the likes of Landmine does as well as Martin de Bruin, but I have to keep my eye on Black this evening as well. I raced with him last night on 23. Very solid driver. He knows what he's doing. He just has to put these laps together.
Oh, yeah. And you enjoying 23?
Absolutely love 23. The drivability is fantastic. The way the car handles and turns, you can control throttle so much better. So for those people that were medium TC, switching over to no TC is an absolute dream right now on 23. It's the time to do it.
Okay, now I look forward to getting the game. I made a payment today.
Yeah,
So,
I hear you on that one.
yeah, so hopefully in the next few days it will reflect and then...
Well, I hope by tomorrow, so you can race with us on Thursday night on my league. That'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, I would like to, but you know, I have my Dutch language courses to do.
Oh, gee, I forgot about that. I mean, we need somebody else to close down the gap there with O'Connell Edwards, as we better know him as Klinsman. Man, that brother is so quick on race pace, but we have to close that gap with him.
Yeah, what time is the race?
It's 8 o'clock on Thursday night.
It's like right in the middle of it.
By the time you swore to your teacher, I've done 5 laps.
maybe I should try and play games do Dutch class at the same time. Just be like,
while you're sitting there listening to the lad.
The teacher's like, he's paying attention, like me just staring at the screen, like fully focused.
Oh, there it is. Dolph just set us a starter there, a bit of a bank of a 144.7. At least he closed it off. But Safa, immediately notice how quick the times are at Baku. We used to fight for 148s. We're at 144s right now. It's really brought the times down with these cars, and 22. I mean, I don't know if I'm wrong, but 143. Am I wrong? Why does it?
Yeah,
it's a F122.
It was more like 138. It wasn't 148.
Yeah, okay, my bad. I thought I had about 10 seconds off for the probably in my life. I'm old. Martin de Bruin just put in a 142.6. That's a good time. They are so close right up there. Him and Peter Nell. Peter Nell put a belt. The Doctor Who joining us once again. The Red Bull. They've had a tough time the last 2 weeks, haven't they?
Yeah, no, they've done. pretty well. So, no, I think this is going to be quite exciting race.
Oh, I remember
Looking
why I
forward
was
to
chasing 149s. I only had 3 wheels on my car, Safa.
Oh, yeah, that makes perfect sense.
I don't know. I got my numbers mixed up there. That's bad.
Only running with 3 pistons.
Yeah, and only half a steering wheel. I mean, I can only use my right hand.
Yeah, only right hand, so you can only shift gears up.
Absolutely.
You can't shift down. You probably got stuck in 5th or 6th gear.
Oh my goodness, I see Kart's already grayed out. Did he blank out? Did he have a crash? What happened to him?
Yeah, it's the whole Ferrari strategy, you know, the Ferrari master plan. That none of us ever understand.
It's one of those again. But the
it's my team, that.
You say that, but look at Destroyer. He's put himself up in P2 there. So somebody's spoken to him in the engineer box about it.
But that's AlphaTauri.
Oh, that's AlphaTauri, so close to that red Ferrari color.
You said desperately wanted to lift Ferrari up and be like, there's a chance, and then it's close, but no cigar.
Hey, look, at least, I tell you what, the times for the top 3, they're all in the 0.600s of a second of each other. That's pretty close.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually pretty, very, very impressive. The top 3 is crazy.
And I want to see what Landmine does. I think Landmine might put something into the bottom of 142s. But when this track evolves, I think we're going to look at the 141s.
Yeah, I think so as well. You see straight line speed, I'm very curious on that one. Oh, okay. 142.2, but he had quite low straight line speed compared to Dolph. I remember Dolph getting it up to 349, 350 kilometers.
Wow.
Where Landmine only did 342, so there's like an 8 kilometer per hour difference.
And isn't that just the way Baku works, Safa? I mean, you can marginally give yourself a little bit more downforce to get through all these turns to get a little bit more exit speed. But at the end of the day, you might be hurt by that straight line speed if you don't have that low downforce. It's a crazy setup Baku is.
Yeah, it is, but I also think the realistic car settings also doesn't help.
Yeah, absolutely. Brut as well. He's just gone.
Oh, did you see what happened to Brut?
Yes, I saw he just grey out on the list, and that's about it.
We're missing all the action.
Yeah, I'm still on Landmine at the moment. He's on an he's on the in lap, and I'm still following him for some reason. I'll tell you what I want to do. I'm going to jump over to Kazi. I think he might be coming out pretty soon. Let's see what he's doing.
Oh, no, he's an out lap. Oh, yellow flag, sector 1. Oh, Big Rhino had a spin. A Big Rhino went deep into...
But it's on the out lap, though, according to my...
No, yeah, it's an out lap, so tires are still a bit too cold.
It's going to be very warm by the time he gets to start-finish line. Have a bit of a slide. You warm them up by at least 5 degrees Celsius instantly. But I do want to keep my eye on Kazi at the moment. I think he's busy putting a lap in. He's pushing at the moment. Let's climb on board with Kazi and see what he does. Coming down the start-finish line right now. He's going to open up that DRS flap. What does he finish on? He's putting himself into P9. So he's got some work to do. He's about 3 seconds off the pace there, isn't he?
Yeah, but that's without battery. He did that without battery.
Right, so he's doing a solid banker for himself there.
Yeah, because I wanted to say his straight line speed was terrible coming down that straight, so I'm expecting a little bit more this lap around.
Alright, I'll tell you what, I've got onto board with Martin de Bruin. He's now just gone through that last little turn, opening up the throttle. Make sure you keep this as smooth as possible with soft hands. And Safa, I'll let you take us a lap through Martin de Bruin's here. His little lap here, see what happens.
Okay, so no, bro, I can do that. You open up his big ass rear wing of that ass, accelerating up to 349 kilometers, hard on the brakes through this 90-degree left-hander. Then shifting up through the gears, get another hard left 90-degree turn. Gentle on the throttle. Rear wing open. Now just another nice cruise. Up until another hard left 90-degree turn. I swear this is NASCAR. Clinton. All these left-hand turns. But luckily our first right-hand turn for today.
There we go. Cool that tyre down a bit on the right-hand side.
Exactly. trying to make the stern as wide as possible.
Yeah,
And trying to brake actually a bit earlier there. You want to go in slow and then fast out.
absolutely.
I've learned that over the years. And then yeah, same for this one, just hard.
That's a very good line he had there over those curbs.
And now probably one of the most challenging parts is just trying to nail it through this corner, especially with the sun also in your eyes, doesn't help. Now just watch out here for tracking validation, but looks like he managed.
Very good.
And now it's just another couple of left-handers shifting through the gears. Now the hardest turn of this track, fast left-hander, the wall of champions as you would say.
Very well done there.
Yeah, I agree as well. And now it's another left-hander. Guess this track loves left-handers. And then just shifting through the gears.
Another left-hander right there, Safa, but he's gone right.
He's gone right, thank goodness. And then just as little steering input as possible. Just waiting for that DIS, activate it.
And it's the worst part of the track, really. You're sitting back and saying, is my time good enough? And it is,
Yeah, it is.
142.0. I told you we're going into the 141s. That's a beautiful lap there by Martin. He's got something to play for. He's second on the championship list. He knows he needs to make a bit of ground on Landmine.
No, definitely. Yeah, and Landmine is going to be a big threat. So, a 142 on the dot. That's not bad.
I say that, and Landmine's coming over the start-finish line right now. Is he going to better that lap of his as well?
No.
He did not.
No, he's starting.
He's starting a lap. You know, on that straight, you never know if they finished or started.
Not true. They're coming so fast. It's very hard to figure out.
Let's keep our eye on Landmine. I think he's going to have a great little lap. I love this turn, by the way. People always want to brake so late. You have to brake slightly earlier and try and cut that curve on the left. Just there it is, just to get the momentum into the next turn. That's a very good turn right there. And like you said, Safa, over here on this turn, you want to commit a little bit less. Brake earlier, but get the exit speed. It's crucial.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, very wide.
He braked way too late there. I think
And he hit the curve. Absolutely agree with you. I think that has hurt his lap.
Yeah, he did so well up until then. I think he just went too deep. And then, yeah.
He has the wonderful castle section. You just throw it in there and hope for the best kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see he turned off his battery.
Yeah, he's not happy.
No.
I think he might be pulling back into the pits. Shall we jump over to Destroyer?
Yeah, but I hope, hopefully his body has some extra fuel left. But
I mean, I think Safa, I think there's enough time for him to dive into the pits, regroup himself, re-get his mind reset, and go again. You know, instead of wasting another lap. Yeah.
Yeah, but then he has to go in now.
Destroyer having a beautiful little left-right section over there before the you know, the right-hander before Castle. I want to just see, do they cut it as fine as they can? That's very good driving.
Okay, yeah, Landmine is in the pit, so he's got to quickly put on new tires and.
Very nice little Castle section there by Destroyer. I would love to have seen him just shift down by one only before Castle. They tend to go two down and just lose a little bit of momentum there. But I think rotation and I, you know, you want that speed through the first turn's not as sharp as people actually think it is. Well, you know, we say that, but Charles Leclerc, he knows where that wall is, doesn't he?
No, he does. So.
This might be a little goodie by Destroyer. I'm actually on board with him right now. I want to see if he closes off. Is he up on his time, though? I can't see it. He's pulled into pits. He's not happy.
Yeah, he's also... But does he have time for another lap?
I'm not too sure. I can't see the final time yet at the moment. But Martin sitting very pretty there at a 142.0, 2/10 ahead of Landmine. I think Landmine wants to have one more go at this.
Yeah, what's the time left?
I'm not too sure. I don't know. Is Peter closing his lap off? It looks like he's dropping into pits. He's not. He's not happy.
Out of fuel. No, yeah, he's out of fuel, but he's coming into pits.
Gotcha. Well, I'll tell you what, they're all in pits at the moment.
Oh yeah, Landmine will have to come out now in order to... Oh, he is. He's coming out now. Great.
Well, I tell you what, this is fantastic driving. That was a beautiful second lap there by Martin. And maybe is he trying to save his tyre? I don't know. I don't know if he wants an extra set of softs for the race, but he's got a really good time there at the moment.
Yeah, I would go out. I don't think you can really use soft around this track.
Agreed.
Unless you do like a Verstappen, like end of Austria, just pits on like second, third, last lap, and then.
Exactly. Let's pit for fun, boys. I trust you guys.
Yeah.
Let's put some softs on. I want the fastest lap, please.
Yeah, exactly. I know you guys won't screw up this pit stop. They're like that, but that's just that level of confidence in the team.
Unbelievable.
Just be able to make that, be like, yeah, we'll come in, we'll do a 2.5 second pit stop. Don't you worry.
Unbelievable.
And then Leclerc sees him, and then he's like weaving in front of Leclerc. It's like warming up his soft tires. So little does he
Yeah, I saw that.
about Leclerc.
Up the long straight, he's like, I'm going to warm up my tires, but I'll see you later.
Yeah.
Look, Red Bull are, at the moment, top of the charts. There's no doubt they got the fastest car. They got confidence in the team. The team's gelling absolutely brilliantly on and off track. This is the team to beat this year.
No, definitely. They're just phenomenal, and they deserve. They worked hard. There was like 7-8 years where they didn't win anything.
Right.
So they've worked really hard getting back to the number 1 place, and yeah, I respect that.
Dapper, you can't write off the likes of Perez either. I mean, came from 15th position up onto the podium. That's a good drive.
I'll be honest. I think Max would have probably gotten at least P2, but
yeah.
That's just my bias.
Yeah. Oh!
But no, he did a
major oversteer by Ladmine on his hot lap. I think.
Final last attempt.
Yeah,
so
I think he might have just done himself in there. That's so unfortunate. Martin's on an out lap. If I were Martin and know that, I would have pulled straight back into pits now and protected those tires. But I don't think he knows that.
He doesn't have that race engineer to tell him that.
Nope. Wow, that was unlucky by Ladmine, pushing a little bit too hard. I think Ladmine's onto the F123 as well. Loads more grip, and you expect the grip to be there on 22. It's not there.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I want to do my one or two more races on this game and then switch over.
You have to. There's a factor of how to control the car and how to feel it. You have to just make the switch over and enjoy the new season.
No, exactly.
Doctor Who's sitting pretty on P5 at the moment as well. Very good lap by him at a 143.7. Yes, it is a second off the pace. However, I think his race pace is pretty good.
Yeah, I think so as well. One thing I will never forget is Doctor Who giving me the best tow ever in this game, and I think it was F1 2020, F1 2022 or 2021.
Yeah.
I was coming down that sector. I was approaching that sector 3, which is basically the long ass straight, and was way down on my time. And Doctor Who, by just some miracle, gave me such a crazy tow through that 1.5 kilometers. That I finished. I qualified like P4.
Wow.
in that American League of ours, which I was very surprised with and happy with.
Great driver, the Dockies. I mean, he's got loads of experience as well, being around for so many years. He's got a wonderful setup, and he does drive solidly. But at the same time, little niggles can creep in and mess up your races, and that's other drivers, never mind the weather, and also a little bit too early on the foot.
Yes, no, for sure. So, yeah,
Martin finishing his lap off. Is he going to beat? He does. He brought it into the 141.8. That's a stunning lap there by Martin de Brain. That's absolute beauty. You can see he likes this track. He's sitting well with it this evening.
No, definitely.
Have a look at Destroyer. He's coming over the line now as well. He's going to try and pip Ladmine. Might he have it? We're not sure, but this is the last qualifying lap for him too. Not sure where he ended up. It all shut down just before I could get there. But he's still in P3 at the moment. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Martin P1, Ladmine P2, and Destroyer P3. We've got the Haas, Aston Martin, and the Alfa Romeo on the podium. Or not the podium, but the P1, 2, and 3 for this race this evening. I'm going to ask Safa. Safa, if you don't mind, I'm going to do a little bit of background music for us here while we get the qualifiers on board, if you don't mind, and let me know as soon as they're in.
Oh, you're gonna need to drag them in. I have work to do.
Yes, you have work to do.
I
You're
forgot,
still live though. You're still live, so they can hear you working hard.
Gloria, work.
And while you're doing that, I just want to get Martin's name on board, and as soon as you got him in, you let me know, and we carry on from there.
He's coming in. 3, 2, 1. Dropping in. Martin is here. Hey, Martin, sloppy the brain.
Safa.
How did you feel about that lap of yours?
Well, first sector was bad. Sector 2 went well. I did touch the wall there, but came off well at the end of the lap.
Okay.
You touched the wall?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was only your second turn out on track when you put down that belt of a 142.0. You put so much pressure on Ladmine there, brother. That was a great little middle stint of your quali.
Yeah, it was a nice stint. We've been pushing it hard, so yeah, hopefully we can convert it this time.
Safa, what do you think about that little quali?
Nah, I think it was pretty well done. Pretty impressed. I would have liked to see Landmine just putting in that last final attempt, cooking it together and see how close you guys could be. But no, I was pretty much very impressed. And starting from the sound of it, Martin looks like he had some time left. We could go a bit faster, so...
Martin, we noticed that you had a lot of confidence through this track though as well. I mean, I saw you also on your last attempt on your final run there. If you had known that Ladmine spun out on turn 1, might you have saved the tyres and not gone for a final one?
Yes, maybe, but I've got an extra set of softs.
I got you. You look so comfortable around the track. That qualifying session, the car looks like it's sitting on track. It feels like you just got everything where you want it to be. And have you got confidence for the race coming up?
Yeah, at this stage, yes, we did a quite late setup change. But yeah, car feels great at this stage. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the race.
Mabry, all I can say to you is there was a stunning little drive. I'm going to let Safa just ask his final question there. I hear he wants to say something.
No, I would just say good luck and I hope you win or do well.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, Martin, that's not biased at all. I mean, we hope you win. You know what I mean?
I don't know why I'm biased to Martin. I have like no reason to be biased to Martin whatsoever.
Look, Martin, we know you've got all to play for. You're currently second in the championship. We know that the race is going to be tough, but at the same time, keep it clean. And yes, you're going to reap in those points on him. You got 2 races after this one, so we wish you the best for the race and keep your head down and give it all your beans, brother.
Thanks, Sam.
Take care.
Enjoy.
All right, cheers.
Oh,
well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's how Safa yawns on the live streams, and we've just had a lovely interview there with Martin de Bruin. Interesting to hear him, though. It looks like he's got a lot of confidence in his car in Baku, Safa.
Yeah. Sounds of it, yes. So I'm expecting quite a good fight between him and Landmine.
Look, we do know that turn 1, man, oh man, does Baku turn 1 always show something out. It always puts its thumb out of the glove, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see how do the guys handle turn 1 tonight.
Yeah, and hopefully they don't all dive in and try to win it in turn 1, but you never know, maybe they do.
Well, that's typical how we all racers are. Eh? We tend to want to win it on turn 1. We forget, guys, there's like 75,000 turns left before the race is done.
Yeah. No, exactly, so...
Safa, your little take on this evening, right, is what would the best strat be for you at Baku this evening?
Baku's quite hard on the tires, so definitely like a hard, medium stop strat. Just something to Yeah, it's hard on the tires and it heats up quite fast. So definitely softs isn't at all an option unless you have like 3 laps left.
Gotcha.
If you want to go for like a fastest lap. And yourself?
Brother, I think the best would be a hard medium as well. I agree with that on an F1 2022. You're trying to keep it as clean as possible for the first stints, especially on the hards. Damage your front wing, yeah, it hurts you. I mean, it's an extremely fast straight line, start-finish line, going to the pits, and that really hurts you going into pits, especially if you have to change your wing. But you want to keep it as clean as possible in the beginning. There might be safety cars that come into play. We know Baku's tight on the wall, so yes, the guys will probably have something into the wall, maybe a safety car too, and do your strats according to that. However, you got to base it on being as clean as possible all the way through.
No, definitely. So, no, I look forward to it, and I think it's going to be a good, fun race. And it looks like they're starting now.
They are straight into the race, guys. Here we go. This is going to be Baku 2022 for Redline Racing League Division 1 realistic performance again, as everybody knows. And we are going to go straight into the live stream, and let's watch them go around the track as well as they do their formation laps to see if they warm up those tires.
Hopefully, maybe they don't. Maybe they don't want to. Maybe they don't want their tires.
Well, it's all to play for now. At least Brett and Cart, they are back in the mix with us. They are in the race. They're excited to bring it up from the rear.
Yeah. It's going to be exciting to see what happens in the midfield. If they can keep it clean.
Look at that horse. He wants to get to that start-finish line and get this race going. He's super excited to be on P1 tonight.
Exactly. No, I think so as well. It looks like there's a couple of guys on mediums. Landmine starting on mediums, so he's clearly aiming to take that P1 place really fast. But if Martin's able to stick with Landmine, that starting on the mediums can be quite a big disadvantage. So who knows?
Absolutely. I'm putting all the telemetries on at the moment so that people can see how they drive and how they react to timing. But yeah, I'm excited to see what happens at turn 1. Launch is everything at turn 1. It's not very long before you hit turn 1. I think it's about 250 odd meters. And you want to make sure you got the space to take the turn that you need to get that extra speed and keep going through your lap.
No, definitely. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes, and hope. I'm probably gonna be look on Doctor Who's for you at the start of the race.
Please do. I'd like to see how he progresses. I think he's going to challenge Black and Peter now, absolutely. But I am looking at the likes of Britt. I know he's in P11, but he's also a very quick driver on the wheel.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to him in kart. Like they're in qualifying.
Well, I think we know what happened to Cart. I mean, let's not blame Cart. I think Cart's a great driver. Let's talk about his engineers. He is Ferrari, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, that's sort of also my team. That's probably a team I race most of. So they sometimes have good strats.
As it came this weekend, very disappointed. I'm going to just be bluntly about it. I was extremely disappointed with Ferrari this weekend at Austria when they are relying on their drivers to say, do you want to pit now or do you want to pit later? There's just absolutely no confidence in the back wall telling the drivers you're going to be fine doing what we tell you to do. And that's a scary factor. Yeah, I mean, the drivers have got no confidence behind the wheel.
Exactly, and especially with Baku, Doctor disqualified, a couple of drivers disqualified. Yeah, it's double pitting Leclerc and Sainz, not necessarily the smartest move, but
Zappa, all yours, brother. Baku, lead us the way.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, there's normally 5 lights that shine, but now currently there's 0. There's a first, there's a second, there's a third, there's a fourth, and there's 5 lights, and away we go!
Hey, there it is. Whoa, major spin by the Aston Martin. Wow.
Landmine, completely lost it because he retired.
I think he absolutely smashed Kazi into the wall. Immediate safety car. Look, Safa, I do think there's a very good chance we'll restart this.
Houston Alpine. Alpine is out.
That's Kazi.
No control. Oh, and Destroy going straight through turn 2.
That is so
These poor
unfortunate.
drivers are struggling.
Massive spin out there by Ladmine. That's not like him. I think Ladmine has started transitioning to 23. There's a load of grip if you put your foot down on no TC. And I think he's trying to do the same in 22, and it's just not happening for him.
Yeah, he needs to turn on some traction control or something. But he needs to go to the pits as well. Does he have a broken front wing?
I do think so. He hit the wall as he spun out.
Oh, well, he has both side plates, so...
That is so freaking unfortunate. But the Doctor Who's smiling all the way to the bank, pulled himself up to P3 with that little mess. I don't think they're going to restart. But Kazi is out at P11. Hasn't even had turn 1 yet. That's unfortunate.
Not definitely, but... Yeah, it's a virtual safety car.
Let's just see what the guys are doing. I think they're going to keep going at this. Maybe Kazi can come join us in the commentary booth.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, just drag him in and tell him he's just got to be cool. We're on live. He can't swear to people right now.
Oh, he looks like he's talking to the Alpine.
Gotcha.
And Martin, yeah, the whole Alpine. So,
While they're doing that. Alright, I've been told just to push my voice volume up a tad because it's slightly soft according to them. So I'm going to see what I can do over here, Safa. So let's just see how that goes.
The mic a little bit closer.
Yeah, that's what she said last night. But yeah, it is about right. Oh, that's so unfortunate for Kazi. I mean, to be out before you've even started the race and you put in work to get here and it just absolutely messes up on you before turn 1. And I don't think it really was his fault. I think Ladmine surprised the whole crowd. Ladmine's known not to do that. He's very solid on launches. And I think it just caught everybody unawares.
Yeah, I think it's just a new game. The muscle memory is already gone, so...
Agreed.
No, but yeah, let's see how this proceeds.
I'm just changing a couple of things here, guys, so just bear with me while that whole thing is unfolding. I need to just get a couple more people on live. They want to join, they just don't know how to. So I'm just sending them a couple of things here to make sure that they can also join us, and I'll be absolutely right back.
Oh, Dolph retired. What happened to Dolph?
He retired?
Oh, he bended into the Wall of Champions.
Oh my goodness! Is that what Wall of Champions is that though? Is that the castle? Is that the...
Oh, landmine!
What happened to Landmine?
Right into him. He couldn't get a car to stop.
Oh, I see Landmine. He's absolutely bent into the wall as well. Doctor Who in P7. What's going on here right now? That's absolutely shockingly crazy. Martin's smiling all the way to the bank here. If he just wins P1 right now, he's made 25 points on Landmine for the championship. That's super crazy.
Never thought I would see that. There's just not landmine tonight.
Full safety car.
Also.
Wow, absolute full safety car coming up here. I'm going to play us a little bit of music, Safa, while we're waiting for this, but that's crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, full safety car Redline Racing League. Your P1, your championship leader, has DNF'd. You have got to watch this. This is all to play for Martin de Bruin. He wants those 25 points and he's going to absolutely gain onto P1. Safa, this is crazy.
Yeah, no, I'm black almost. Oh! Big Rhino also in the wall.
Is that under safety car? There goes, ladies and gentlemen, there goes Safa's stomach. Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for Safa's screen time. I haven't seen that. He has seen something nobody's seen.
Yeah, Big Rhino also put it wall. I think it's turn 3.
Under safety car?
On the safety car.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, like I think all the drivers got really confident playing F1 2023 and like 0 ABS traction control. Now they're playing F1 2022 and it's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, you know what you've picked up? That conservativeness of 22 is out the window. You have to be conservative in this 22 car. 23, the grip is right there. You can give it beans very early. 22, you can't do that. The car slides out and it just whacks the wall. Wow, a tough season for these guys to complete now. I mean, only 2 races left in the Redline Racing League, but boy oh boy, is this going to change things, absolutely. Safa, while that's running, let me have a quick look at the standings. I'm very keen to see who's going where. Let me just drop it down, yeah.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly, Safa. You are
yeah,
live.
my game froze.
No worries, you can restart that. I've got us covered. But while the people are listening, we've got France, Paul Ricard coming up next on the 11th of July, and then the final race for this season will be Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, on the 18th of July. Only 2 races after this one. Everything to win, everything to lose for P1 and P2 for the championship. Let's not write off Britt. He's still in the mix, and he could bring himself back into contention, making up loads of points on Landmine at the moment. Let me give you guys the driver standings. So currently Landmine at 178, Martin at 156, but Britt very tightly contending at a 121. He immediately makes 20 odd points, 18 odd points up on the likes of Landmine DNF'd early this evening. So I think the last 2 races are going to be all to play for. Wow, did Martin get a break, or did he get a break this evening at Baku, Safa? Still a super long race ahead of us. Guys, I know we're on a pause screen, but that's simply because of safety car. I don't see the safety car coming in yet. They would have slowed the pack down very quickly if that were the case. But until then, we're going to keep the background music running and make sure that everybody is sorted until they get going again. I think we've got one more lap of safety car coming up. Haas at the moment leading the pack. Martin de Bruyn, he is slowing down, weaving right now. So we are going back to live racing. Here we go, Safa. We are absolutely going to get back into the mix. There's only 6 drivers out of 11 left. All the guys out, Big Rhino, Kart, Dolph, Landmine and Kazi losing it on the first lap there. But this is all to play for at the moment. Lap 4 out of 26, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a goodie. Keep your eye on it. We know there's only 6 people on the track, but all the points to play for. Are you there, Safa? Are you good? Are you back?
Yeah, slightly.
It's
I'm
like
still sort of stuck.
It's like me doing a pit call to what's his name in the pits. I forget his name every time. And he's yes, and I'm here, ladies and gentlemen. But you have to hear what Ferrari said on the engineer's wall. But we don't have that, unfortunately.
Oh, well, what did they say?
They don't say much. It's Ferrari. It's Ferrari pit wall. They expect the drivers to say everything.
Nice. I like that. It's Ferrari.
Look, I think that Martin's absolutely put himself in the pound seat here. Peter Nell in P2, he just wants to kind of keep the pack behind him. But I mean, there's only 6 drivers left. They're all in the points. Just finish the game. That's pretty much what it's about.
Yes. Oh, sorry, are you there?
Yeah, Safa, are you well?
Oh, yeah, sorry, my thing just also bombed out.
No
So
worries.
everything is breaking tonight.
Hey, that's Netherlands for you, hey? You also have load shedding, but it's called cookie sharing.
Yeah, something like that.
Only 6 guys left on the track, lap 5 of 26. This is going to be a long evening, and I think the grid's going to spread out from here.
Yeah, I have to agree.
So what I'm pretty much going to do, Safa, is I'm going to let these boys run around the track, do their thing, and we can have a short little break between myself and you. I don't think there's much to watch right now, and we'll come back in a little mojo.
No problem, yeah, I have to agree.
Cool, I'm just playing music now, dude.
I'm a godless spy, must spy and cover all of your secrets, I want them. There's no stopping me now. I'm a liar, playing the game of desire,
on the streets
and
of
don't leave no survivors. Would you fall for me now? Just like Cleopatra, the army of lovers. I set a fire. Mama Matahari, Matahari, Mama Matahari, Matahari.
Hey, well, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We have gone through another safety car. Unfortunately, we've lost another driver. Destroyer just found a wall, and he's out of the mix. Baku is absolutely not an F1 driver's dream. It's similar to Monaco, except a lot faster, and you have to be very, very careful of your braking points. We still have the likes of Martin de Bruin in P1, Peter Nell P2, Black P3, Doctor Who P4, and Brut P5. Guys, I still have to keep my eye on this. If Martin has to bin it in the wall, he's going to absolutely be upset with himself. He's got a golden opportunity to gain himself 25 points up on Landmine with this race. And he knows he's got everything to play for the season. Only 2 races left after this. We got France next weekend. Paul Ricard, great track, wide open, totally different to Baku. You know there aren't many walls, but it's so open, you got to still get your line right. Everything to play for over here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to just let this track play itself out for the next few laps. We are going to follow the leader and see what happens. Stick around for the next few laps. This is going to be goody. Welcome to at F1 Call Stream Alive. This is brilliant stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, so once again, just want to give a huge shout out to my commentator, my co-commentator, Safa de Boer. Always great to have him on board. He had to leave slightly early, as always, ladies and gentlemen, but always brilliant to have him on board. What a great F1 driver as well. Fantastic insight on the F1 online gaming scene. Great to have him on board, Safa. Until next week, brother, we best hope you a great week and weekend, and hope to see you again next week, Tuesday. Hopefully, we will meet each other on the F1 2023 on a Thursday night, my league, Fusion Racing League. It's going to be great, guys. You're all welcome to come join and do your thing. It's just going to be a good time, but until then, Safa, as always, great having you on board, and then we are going to watch Martin, hopefully closing off this race. He's on lap 9 of 26, P1 at the moment. No pressure at the back from Landmine. Unfortunately, DNF very early, and he could make himself up 25 points on this whole race this evening. Put himself into contention for the last 2 races coming up. All to play for, everybody.
Yo.
Hey, Kamikaze, welcome to the commentator's booth. Not too sure what happened to you there, lad. I thought I'd just bring you in and hear your point of view.
Clint, all right. Basically, I had a great start, and next minute I saw a car in front of me, and I tried to swerve out and not hit the car. And next minute, there were two other cars spun on the other side of the swerve.
Look,
So
I'm not going to say much about the race, but I'll tell you what. To have 11 drivers start the race and there's 5 left, it's not an easy track.
Clint, can I tell you something? I'm gonna bet a Heineken on this one. We're gonna be down to 3.
All right. Are you putting money on that?
I'm putting a Heineken on this one. Cheers.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kazi, I cannot tell you how unfortunate it is, but the fact that Martin de Bruin is still leading P1, making 25 points on Landmine for the championship. Brother, he just wants to keep it clean and make sure he finishes the race, don't you think?
Well, I think so, but if Peter is keeping him honest, 1 point. Okay, he's closed the gap. He's down to 9.5 seconds. Well, 0.9.
Yeah.
So he's keeping him honest. I'm going to tell you now, if Peter plays his game right, he can actually pressurize Martin into a mistake.
I think so too. They got a long stint coming up on those hards. So does Doctor. I know Doctor's 7 seconds away from them, but that means let these two battle. One of those two spin out, I'll have your position, says the Doctor.
Exactly. And you know, there's also a little bit of a dark horse in this is if Brett keeps his head together, he's on mediums. He's done, four laps on medium. So has he pitted? No. He has.
He has had a pit stop onto the mediums, but you're dead right. He is super fast on that wheel at the moment. And he also knows he's in contention here because the other two lads haven't pitted yet at all.
So if he's going to play a 3-stopper, which I reckon he will right now, those mediums should take him to lap 21, 22 plus minus. And then I know Brett and Black in the past racing against them, they always do that last lap or two. They put softs on to try and take away the fastest lap.
Yeah, and anybody can take the fastest lap away now. I mean, being in the top 10, that fastest lap counts to your point, so great on them.
Yeah, it's close. I see Doc is closing up and then pulling. They're pulling away from him again. It's up and down. But yeah, the comment you made about 23, I know we raced with you guys last night and practice and a little bit we did the Britain one. Obviously we are picking up glitches in the game as you are well aware about the tire dig and the head popped itself out, which you mentioned in 2022, and the whole of the esports guys are throwing the toys out the cot because of the tire dig. So yeah, the way around 23 at the moment now is obviously we are doing multiplayer cars. Cars handle very different to 2022.
Agreed.
You can really give it stick, which is nice. If you want to go from full traction to medium to no traction,
this is the game.
It's easier. It's a lot easier. The proof was in the pudding. Both Rana and myself were on full traction for 2022. We did the swap in 2023 around Britain. We were off the pace in that first practice. I think we were doing about a 129. And then on the race night, I decided to go back to medium. And Marcel Kiefer, I watched the actual video on him describing it. He took the car and he ran lap times with him. And the 23 cars on no TC obviously is quick. Medium was 0.2 of a second off the medium. And then obviously your full traction, depending on the driver and the layout. Oh, Martin's just pitted. No?
I was just going to say, Martin dived into the pits. Peter has taken P1. He's going to go a few more laps on his hards here just to try and see if he can do an overcut on him. If that's the case, he needs to stay out for at least 2 or 3 more laps on the hards to make that work.
Clint, I would like to know what his tire deck is on the tire deck is on his on those tires, because
he looks confident though, Kazi.
No, he does.
The car's sitting well.
Yeah, but the problem is with Peter, he gets too anxious and he tends to spin out. He doesn't want to keep a cool head sometimes, and we have been seeing a lot of him spinning out. But with him racing with us in 23, it seems like he's calmed it down a bit.
Yeah, but also he's put himself into a position now where he's got an open track in front of him, nobody pressurizing himself from the back. All he knows is do some clean laps here and bring up that time against Martin. He could put himself really into contention for P1.
What's the pit lane? What's the pit lane over here? What's the time default on the pit here? 30 seconds. 20 seconds.
It's exactly what you say it is. I'm David Crofty. I don't know. I rely on people like you to give me that info.
Yeah, I think it's about a 25 second.
You know the problem with that is, Kazi, yes, the pit lane may be, let's say 23 seconds, but the straight is so long that the way the people gain time when you're on the straight absolutely hurts you pitting early. I don't think an undercut's a great idea. You always want to try and do an overcut.
Have a look at Martin. He's sitting 24 seconds behind Peter. If Peter plays his
Peter
cards
just pitted right now.
Oh, there we go. Okay. There he goes. Okay,
I've just pulled you into the commentary booth here, Kazi. It's so good to have you, Safa. Unfortunately, you had to leave early, but now you're my next commentator. Thanks, brother.
No, that's 100%. That's 100%. Oh, I want to tell you what happened with my teammate that went out. He also went in for a pit stop, and Ferrari just decided that the actual pit entry was a little bit too narrow, and don't know what the driver did, but I think he just misjudged the corner and collected my teammate in the process.
Kazi, you can immediately see how huge that overcut was of Peter.
Yeah.
He's passed Martin. He's currently about 5 seconds ahead of Martin because of the overcut. It's fantastic.
Okay, can I tell you who's the next one that can maybe push Martin down to third? It's Doc.
He's the Doc. The Doc is having a great drive tonight in that Red Bull. As he, he's had a terrible week for the last 2 weeks. But give that guy a little bit of free room. Give him place to ride. He loves it. He's in P1 currently. He's going to open up those bloody wings and the throttle. He's going to just go for it.
You know, Clint, this track is, viewers, guys, when you're sitting, or ladies, gentlemen, you're sitting and you're on a wheel. And you're on this track, you actually don't realize how much effort goes into playing this game. The guys are practicing 4 to 5 hours a day at least. Well, prior to 23, but the guys are practicing about 4 to 5 hours. So normally on a Monday night, we jump in, and it's normally it'll be Peter now, Black, myself, Robin, Clinton will jump in as well and come and race with us, and then sometimes Martin and whoever else is. But we start racing at about 7. We finish at 11, 11:30. Tuesday, like tonight, we also jump in. It's setups, it's testing, it's looking at tire deck strategies, you name it. That's the nature of the game. So, and especially being on this track, you've got the walls, the curbs. You can clip that curb now on the edge of the start-finish straight, and just one tire wrong and into the wall. That's it, end of your race. You get understeer because of your tires going off, or the overheated or whatever, into the wall. There is no room for error on this track. A lot of you guys might sit there and go, it's easy. Put me on a wheel, I'll do it. I can tell you now.
And isn't that just F1, Kazi? There's no room for error in F1. It happens so quick. The reaction time on this, hey, for the chaps that are 40 years and older, good on you guys for sticking around with those reaction times. Not easy at all, eh?
No, well, I'm sitting in that 40 and older class. I should be drinking right now, but my water bottle is very dry at the moment, so I'm going to speak to my engineers about that,
Kazi, I'll tell you what, I'm extremely impressed with Peter Null. He's in P3 at the moment. He knows that Doctor Who and Brut still have to pit. I mean, he's right up there in the mix with these guys, and he is having a great drive. He's content at the moment. The guy he's racing with is Martin, and he's holding him off. That McLaren is showing some feet here on the track.
Yeah, 5 seconds. He's, I think he needs to get past Brett. I think Brett is holding up a little bit. He needs to clear Brett. He has to. He's got to get past him. You can see the times are dropping. Martin's gaining on him. So Peter has to gain that advantage on Brett. He's got to take him. Come on, open up that flap. Open up the flap. Open it.
I think Peter's got a great advantage here. He's opening up the DRS though, which Martin doesn't have access to yet. So it's keeping Martin at bay because of the fact that Peter now is using the DRS used by Brett in front of him. He knows Brett them still have to pit. That's great. But stick with him in DRS. Keep your lap times solid. And Martin's going to be hurt at the end of the day. I see Black has pitted already. He's 38 seconds behind. But don't write Black off. He's a great driver. He's solid. He's also very good at lap times.
Yeah, and he's also the only man on controller currently in the league with us at the moment. So
correct.
You must know to be racing on a controller compared to a wheel and even a keyboard. Well, keyboard to controller and then to wheel. That was Brett. Well, Brett skipped controller and went straight to wheel. And we had some epic battles while he was on the wheel, still learning. I take my hats off to him. It's hard. But for Black to be racing on a controller and setting those fast laps.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
The thing that helps Brett is the fact that he was on keyboard. That's one thing. I mean, it's tough. There's no control on it at all. But you get to learn the track. You know where to brake, where to turn, where to get maximized timing on a lap. Yes. Now you put him on a wheel and he goes, I can even do this better. And that's helped him plenty. And I'd like to see someone like Black on a wheel too. I think he deserves it. I think he'll be a great racer. And let's get him on 2023 with a wheel. He'll be a contender for sure.
Well, you and I have both seen how quick he is in 2023 on the controller already. So it's a little bit concerning.
Yeah, you know what? Let's give him a keyboard.
I think so. I think the keyboard's going to help him a lot.
Absolutely, for all the other guys on track too.
Yeah, no, I don't know where he's getting that speed in 23. I'm really intrigued. I don't know. It's just that he's adapted. But Clint, yet again with 23, you remember when I was one of the first guys to get it, and when I played it a little bit, and I said to you guys, it's the game feels very archaic, but I think they pulled away from that sim racing compared to 2022.
Yeah.
And some guys have taken to it like a duck to water. For me, I found it back to the 2018, 2019, 2020 games. That's what it feels like to me.
It's absolutely lined up to 2020 for me. I was big in 2020. I was extremely untouchable on one lappers in 2020.
Yes.
And I've got that same feel back. I want to go practice. The car feels right under me. And now I've got even the benefit of the throttle and the brake too. They've got it right. So yes, it's still an arcade game, but it's so much better. Like it's an arcade, but close to simulation. It feels like I'm actually driving the car on a track. That feels good.
Yes. And it's also like you mentioned as well, with 2022, when you lose the car, you can catch it, but there are times where you can lose it, and that's what the guys are now been happening here, where they've shot off and they've lost the car and they're trying to collect it, but you can't.
No.
23, yet again, you can.
Exactly. 2022, there was absolutely, you had to be in cockpit to feel the back end slide out. And I did cockpit for quite a while, simply to get that feeling. And when I got onto 23, they gave me the same feeling in TV pod. And that's cool. That's cool. A lot of people don't like driving in cockpit. Your view's restricted. It's a different drive. Man, we're not really in the car on a track in cockpit. You know what I mean? You want to kind of see what's around you. And that's why most of the guys do TV pod. But the way you can control the car in 23, guys, I'm not trying to sell the game, but let me tell you what, get onto 23, you're going to be so happy.
Trent Martin's just got past Peter. It's basically Brett and them were holding him up.
Martin's taking Brett as well. He's in P1 again.
Yeah, Peter's gonna have to put him under pressure and try something.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, Brett still has to pit right now, so he's absolutely down on them. But Peter is right there. Stick with either the DRS. Look after those tires. We've only got less than 8 laps left, 9 laps, and it's done. Man, I'm very proud of these chaps. I know we started at 11. We only got 5 left, but Baku is not an easy track to finish.
No. Well, it looks like my 5 to 3 is not going to happen unless something is going to happen.
Not to
It's,
worry, not to worry, Kazi. We've got posted in South Africa. You can send me the Heineken.
Okay, no, I'll send it to you. I'll send you a virtual one.
Yeah, just a sticker. Just a sticker. I'll lick it and we've got it, right?
Nice. Actually, that's a great idea. I wonder if we can get around that. On the back of post-its, you have your favorite. Sorry, guys, we don't sponsor alcohol over here, but you have your favorite beverage, and you lick and stick.
No, look, we don't punt the alcohol brands, right? But if Nissan want to start a Heineken brand, we'll support that because they are one of our big sponsors, aren't they?
No, they are. Listen, big shout out to listen, Benito, Martin Blum. He's been a great supporter of the league. Well, how it came about is we were obviously looking for a vehicle, and I deal with the guys quite a bit. And I sat down with him and I said, "Listen, I know you do the F1 viewing for all the races at a certain venue, and which is at the La Montagne in Belito, and he has some cars there and that on a Sunday. So if you are in the Belito area in KZN and you want to come and watch Formula One, La Montagne is the place to be. So he has the viewing, and I said to him, "Listen, you must come and watch us do sim racing." So he says, "What's sim racing?" So I pulled out my phone and I showed him, and he went, "Oh, that is so cool." So I said, "Well, by the way, would you like to sponsor us?" So he said, "Well, we started chatting and everything, and yes, we do have them on board. There's big things going to happen for the league going forward. What I can gather, we just need to sit down and have the final discussions with them. But yeah, they're happy to be associated with us, and hopefully in the future going to 23 as well. So yeah, it's all about development, like we did with Black. Black was on keyboard. We basically, the Redline racing team decided
that was Brett, hey, Brett on keyboard.
Brett, sorry,
yeah.
excuse. So basically, we sat down and said, Brett needs to be on wheel with the rest of us, and we made it happen. And what's it now, Clint? 7 races in. Seven
Correct.
races.
7 races in, and he's absolutely a contender on the wheel now.
No, he's so that was that's the whole plan with Nissan. So yes, it's about development. It's about nurturing talent. It's the same with the cars. Helping families get into vehicles. Go and chat to the guys at CMH Nissan Belito. I can tell you now, the guys will give you a good deal, like you cannot believe. Go and speak to Martin. Tell him you've heard from Redline Racing. What can you do for us? And I can tell you now, the guys will look after you.
Absolutely, Kazi. I don't disagree with you for a second. Martin Bloom, a fantastic chap. Always on our live chats, giving us a little bit of encouragement and that as well. Beautiful chap. I'm currently on Brett at the moment. You can just see the way he controls that wheel, the steering wheel. That is a wheel driver. When they're on controllers, you see these jerking movements. Man, you just do not feel like you're driving on a track. So absolutely thanks to the CMH group, the Nissan group, Nissan Belito. Martin Bloom, thank you for the support, brother. This is what it does. It helps people like Brett get involved with F1 and be good racers with everybody else.
That's what it's all about. So, guys, if you are watching the stream and you wanna join us, you're more than welcome to. You can jump in if you have F1 2022 or 23. You can either do a post.
Absolutely massive spin out there by Peter Nell. He just smacked. He went major oversteer, smacked his wheel off. I think that's going to be a safety car. He's gone. He's absolutely gone. Kazi, your Heineken might be safe, sir.
This is what I told you. Remember?
Wow.
Remember, as soon as he's tired, they go, starts to spin.
Yeah, everybody's trying to drive the car the same way all the laps through. As it gets older, you're going to lose the back end. Wow.
Okay, now Can I tell you?
They've
I
dived
don't
into the
know.
pits. Sorry, Kazi. They've dived into the pits. Martin De Bruin in the pits immediately. He got that safety car before the pit entry. So good on him. He's going to set himself with a set of softs. Absolutely. Look at that. He's climbing it. They know they are going to race for the last 5 laps of this race. It's going to
Sprint
be a
race.
sprint down. Absolutely, sir. 5 lap off note without punching people off.
Yo.
This is going to be great. This is going to be absolutely perfect. And remember, you got Brett right behind Martin. Brett's a great driver. As we just punted now, behind the wheel, he is solid.
Okay, can I tell you what this is going to be? This is going to be 5 quali laps, one after another.
Yes, sir, it is. Because we've got at least 2 laps of safety car. We've got 4 laps left of racing. This is going to be hot.
Okay, Clint, my prediction, first corner,
Let's hear it.
another 2 guys out, at least.
Very
Or
possibly.
number 1.
If one goes out and the doc looks after his wing, he's in P3 again tonight. And the doctor is back on the podium after 2 weeks of struggle. Very happy for the doc this evening. Kazi, I'm going to quickly punt our sponsors, as I always do during the races. And as soon as this is done, I'll be back with you in a moment, sir.
No problem.
I'm a godless spy, must spy and cover all of your secrets, I want them. There's no stopping me now, I'm a liar, playing the game of desire,
on the streets
and
of
don't leave no survivors. Would you fall for me now, just like Cleopatra, the army of lovers? I set a fire.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've just pulled Peter Nell into the mix over here. Peter, what happened there with those tires?
Wasn't tires. I think there was a little bit of dirty air behind Brood. And I normally throttled there and the car just went. And I thought I was going to catch him now on that DRS on the straight.
Yeah.
And pass him because I knew his tires wasn't holding anymore. So, tough luck.
But Peter, we were watching you. You built up a nice gap there because obviously Martin ducked into the pits to try and undercut you. But you put in two stonker laps, 2 or 3 stonker laps on those hards, and obviously you built up that gap to him. And obviously when you came out, you built up like a 5 or 6 second gap to Martin.
Yeah.
Now,
but I think Martin had damage because he had a little tweak in that. There's that turn just before when you get that one straight.
Yes.
After the hill. He went into the barriers there, so I think he went into fix his wing.
Okay. Because and then we also saw that you were stuck behind Bert and stuff like that, and I think because we saw Martin closing in. lap, like 1 second, and then it was dropping until he overtook you.
Martin
So-
was quick. Martin was quick in the straights, but I was catching him in the slow corners.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we saw that. We saw you had a bit more downforce than Martin with that, and in the straights, that's a tough one at Baku, Peter.
Yeah.
You're trying to find that balance between where do you want to actually win a race, in the turns or on the straight line. And Martin's handled the car very, very well. I have to give it to him because he's got less downforce than most people. So he's handling it through the turns, but that straight line speed, even if you've opened up the wing, he still knows or finds a way to pip you guys.
Yeah, he goes. He just when we get he gets a nice exit out of that last turn before the straight, and then he just pull it out. I stay with him the turn, and then when he exits that turn, he just go, and I cannot get into hold it in the RE zone, and I can't get it.
Yeah, but Peter, no disrespect to your driving there, Peter. Let me tell you something. You were the contender until you've pinned it in the wall there. You were absolutely had a great chance of P1 yet tonight. I think your driving was stunning. Yes, you had a slight little mishap, yes, but your driving was so good you could have won this thing tonight.
You see,
I just wanted to keep with Martin because I know I could keep with him. So
See,
yeah,
that's exactly what I said. He's trying to force Martin into a fault, or try to pressurize him and then put him
Absolutely.
into that predicament. So no, it's like I said, it's no, well, nice driving, Peter. And your tire deck, what was the tire deck like out there? Was it more than normal, less?
It was normal. I had a low tire deck actually. So yeah, I just went into the pit because I saw Martin pit the first time. So I said, no, I must also pit. Otherwise, he's gonna move on that with that Williams. But and then it was at the straight. He was watching us, and also he told about Martin is heavy on the tires. So no, okay, if I just cruise it behind him, my tires will last. He's maybe worn out on the second last lap, then I can maybe take him. But yeah.
Peter, nonetheless, what a stunning drive by you, sir. Really, it's so unfortunate. I mean, look, we've had 11 drivers that started Baku. We've got 4 left. This is Monaco on steroids, is what I always call it. And unlucky for you there, because, I mean, it's one little error that takes you out the game. Peter, you're absolutely welcome to stay in the commentary booth with us and give your driver perspective of what's happening. But at the moment, we've got a sprint race happening right now. We're on lap 24 out of 26. They're all on softs. They want to go one another. And I see Martin has just pulled out that gap of a 1.6 second ahead of Britt, just getting himself out of DRS.
No, he's starting to pull away from them. Well, it looks like the Heineken might still be happening because there's 4 on track.
Well, we need one more driver to get out there, and then I have to send some Heinekens to Kazuya. Otherwise, I get a leak of a sticker, apparently. But great driving by the lads. I mean, guys, let's be honest. To finish 26 laps at Baku, it takes major concentration. It's not easy.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not the easiest of tracks. Trust me. Monaco is not well. We have the Monaco specialist with us, as Mr. Clinton Cole. He's he said to us that he's now dipping. Well, he's in the 1 minute 10s around Monaco.
I'm a 110 flat. I need a 109.
Yeah, so he's asked one of us. So for the other drivers out there, if you are watching the stream, if you are behind Mr. ClintonOle, and
please shove me over the line, please.
Yeah, just give him that little nudge, and maybe 0.2 of a second, so I can push him into the 109.8. You'll be grateful.
Guys, and Peter, can I get your perspective on this? I mean, how do you feel at this time of the race? I know they've all gone into softs after the safety car. Is this the time you just absolutely belt it and hope for the best?
Yeah, I think that will suit Martin's setup very well.
Yes.
Because he's running very low setup, so he needs a little bit of grip, and I think the softs will give it to him. But also the softs wear out much quicker than the rest.
Yes.
So yeah.
What's your take on the transition, Peter, from 22 to 23? Do you think people? Do you think people
that-
like Ladmine had a little bit too much throttle in 22 because they've been practicing 23? Because there is a lot more grip in 23 than people are used to.
Yes, there's a lot more grip. You can actually punch it down there. So yeah, I normally spun at like 2 or 3 spins a race, and I recently put some extra springs in my pedals, and that now I actually drive 22 better now. Now it's a it's a seesaw now for me. When I drive, it's almost the same now for me. In 22 and 23. But yeah, 22. Yeah, I did it a little bit more grip. But 23, actually, yes, you can go for it down there. You can actually drive the car again.
Myself and Kazi were talking about that. It kind of feels like you're actually in the car. It feels like when you take a turn, that's where you want the car to be. It's not like that's where you hope the car to be. It's a major difference in the way you drive.
Yeah. And oversteer, understeer is much better there also. When you turn, the car turns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of overtone or oversteer in the car either in 23. Yes, if you get the oversteer, you kind of feel like I can catch it. You know when it's losing the oversteer. In 22, by the time you want to catch it, it's already gone.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. In this where I spun out, I would have catch it in 23 now. I wouldn't have crashed, and I would have lost a few seconds, but I would have catch it.
Yes.
Yeah, you cannot feel when the car is starting to go. That is when you see it, it's too late.
Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to punt Cody's and say, well done, lads. Well done for getting the game the way we like to race. And I think it's going to make for exciting racing in 23. I know there's a bit of time for everyone to transition over. But until then, we've got Martin de Bruin on lap 26 out of 26. He is chased down hard by Brewitt, but they are 3 seconds behind. But look at 2 and 3, guys. Black is absolutely all over the back of them. They're both brothers, both AlphaTauri brothers. They want to finish on the podium higher than the other one. They want to get into the interview box there, Kazi.
Yeah, no, I think they do.
Massive spin.
Who was that?
That is Black.
Black.
Unlucky for Black. All Doctor Who has to do is pass him, and he gets himself P3 automatically. There it is. That is crazy. There's 11 people started the race, and Heineken is safe. That is crazy.
I saw that a little battle. The 2 teammates had a little battle there.
My goodness, Peter, how crazy was that?
I should have put money on that.
Oh, you should have put loads of money on that. Absolutely unbelievable that Black did it on the last straight. He just pushed so much harder to try and get a P3. Man, that is crazy. The AlphaTauri team is screaming right now all the way to Cape Town and back to Pretoria. That's not good.
Yo.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, that is your race for this evening. Baku giving us loads of surprises. I'll tell you what, Peter, stick around. I want to quickly get, if I can ask Kazi to pull in the top 3 for me while I set this up, and then we're going to quickly see what's going on. I'll be with you guys in just a mo.
No problem.
All right, guys, we clear. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is your Redline Racing League Division 1 realistic performance. Yes, we know there was a lot of shenanigans here at Baku, but you still had to keep your head about this game to get to P1, P2, and P3. My doctor, I'm so sorry that you got a different color to everybody else, but I had to put you out there because you are on the podium again, sir. So let's start off with P3, Doctor Who. Wow, that was crazy right at the end there, that you had to pull off that P3. How was the drive for you, Doc?
Well, again, right there at the end, I went ahead and damaged my wing again. I thought maybe I had a chance for the two guys in front of me. I had lots of ERS. I was willing to burn it. But I don't know. I spent a lot of time in the pits, got lots of ice cream.
Kazi, what do you think of the Doc's drive there?
Doc, very impressed. You've had 2 races where you've been taken out. And it seems like the song, like I was saying to Clint now while we're in the break, who let the Doc out? Whoop, whoop, whoop. So Doc is back to form again. So well done, touche. Good. It's about time.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you.
But listen, you were gifted it because in number 2 was Brett, and it seems like there was a little bit of a teammate rivalry happening there. Brett?
No, the game desynced, and then we were ditching to each other like on both of our screens, and then when it resynced up, like the game just nudged him away from me.
Yeah, that's Brett. That's called team orders, in our world. Black was absolutely those 2 AlphaTauris of you guys. You wanted to get over that line right at the end. It was like a 5-lap sprinter that we saw, and I was watching Black. He wanted to get that final position, and he pushed maybe a little bit too hard. I don't know. And the Doc said, "Thank you, sir, for doing that, Doc," and you just flew past him.
Yeah, I was just unlucky there with my teammate that he got knocked out there on the last straight with the game desyncing. But what an interesting race at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Lots of safety cars to keep everyone close. Lots of crazy restarts. Was quite fun.
Brother, let's put it out this way. Kazi said to me, Clinton, I'm going to put some money on this. I think we're going to have 3 drivers that finish this. That was 11 people on the track that started. Landmine had an absolute shocker of a launch. We all know that, and I think you heard a few people on the way. But you guys still had to keep your head to finish the race, and absolutely big up to you. Doctor, I think you had a very clean race tonight. You managed the tires, you managed your pit stops, and you still got that P3, sir.
I had a lot of fun in the pits, only because I kept wrecking my wings, actually. I was rubbing the walls. a little sloppy. But I finished. Hey, I finished.
You're on the podium, the Doctor. You're on the podium. I've said it to Kazi and Peter earlier. This is like Monaco on steroids. It's the same kind of style, just much quicker. But great win there by you, Doc, for P3 on the podium. Congratulations. And yes, it is well-deserved points, Doc.
Of course, it had all to do with the pits and my sponsors. And I want to thank...
McDonald's, Doc, for the breakfast, right?
Absolutely. The ice cream.
Guys, I know we heard from Brett already. I want to pull back to Brett for a second here. Brett, you had a heck of a fight coming your way. You were way back on the field. I know we had a couple of safety cars that pulled in. We get that. But you were way back on the field. You kept your head down, sir, and you showed people it's a 50% race. You don't win it on lap 1.
Yeah, I was just unlucky with the second safety car. My power tripped. But at least it came back on, so I could quickly just load back into the race. And when I got back, I saw my AI was actually not in a bad position. But then I saw Peter and Martin already pit and was behind me, so I was a pit stop down.
Brett,
so it was quite a fun fight with Martin and Peter there in the middle stages of the race.
Oh, absolutely, especially the last 5 lappers. Look, we were excited. We were edge of our seats over here. But I'll tell you what, you've proven to the people right now tonight, yes, we can have load shedding, but I can still be P2 without electricity. Well done, dude.
Yeah.
Thank you, Frankie.
Well, Brett, we basically, I think you were on the mediums, and I think we predicted that you could be a dark horse. And Doc,
yeah,
you were also in contention. Peter was pushing Martin quite severely. And if we looked at the pit stops and that how it would fizzle out, Doc, you were the outside shots of actually maybe taking the race if everything panned out without safety car.
I was needing things to pan out. I need a lot of help today to get where I was.
I mean, Brett, you were the other one because you were running on mediums, and obviously we were saying, does he go in for another set of mediums and run, and I still said to Clint that you and Black tend to the last couple of laps, 5 laps or 3 laps, you guys put softs on and try and take away their fastest laps. So you guys were there and thereabouts. It was hairs, literally hairs between Martin, Peter, Doc, and you. That's how close the race was on time.
That was a close battle there at the end. Like I think just before the safety car, like me, Peter, and Martin had a nice scrap for P1.
Ladies and gentlemen, we do have Peter Nell in the chat with us. Peter, what was your take on the ending there? I know you got a little bit maybe excited or something happened to you. How was your take to the end there, Peter?
It was going on. I had it on with Brut. So I think me and Brut are gonna share the points because I give him a safety car so he could fit for new softs.
But remember, Peter, he can only send you the points, but it won't be put on the calendar, if you know what I mean.
Yes, sort of. But yeah, I think I would have taken him on that last DRS on there in Go. But unfortunately, I had that one. I think it was at Alpha Tauri's dirty air. So
not dirty drivers, eh? Dirty air, not dirty drivers.
Not dirty drivers, dirty air.
Oh, right.
I think Doc had something to do with it because it's sister teams, Red Bull and Alpha Tauri, and I think team orders came into play over there, and Red Bull pulled the if you don't do this, then that is going to happen. So yeah.
Well, me and my teammate had a talk about it. It's like if we were planning to take out the Haas somehow, because then would have been a full Honda Power podium.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you guys what, hey, P3 Doctor, absolutely stunning drive for keeping your head down and putting yourself on that stage. So that was really good driving. It's not easy at Baku, so congrats to you, Brett. You too, brother, coming solo down, keeping your head there, knowing it's a long race. I'm going to see where I can get. But ladies and gentlemen, I have to get to the man of the hour. P1 this evening on Redline Racing League Division 1 Realistic Performance, Mr. Martin de Bruin, making a huge amount of points on Landmine, spinning on lap 1, while actually on the launch, and giving himself 25 points ahead of Landmine on the championship. Martin, that's a stunning drive. It's a long race, but you kept your head, sir, and kept it out of the wall. How did you do?
No, I didn't keep it out of the wall.
Yeah, you had a couple of niggles. You had a couple, but you didn't break wings on it.
I did break one wing.
Oh, you did? I missed that.
I had to replace it, and that's when Peter went past me, and he went and pit after that. Luckily, Brett held him up, so yeah, I could have come back quite quickly. And yeah, it was not an easy race.
It was not. And I'll tell you what, I saw Peter. I actually thought at one stage Peter is in contention for P1 here. He was driving a stunning race. He kept it clean. He was really putting pressure on you.
Yeah, he was on the back of me the whole time. I think till the tire started giving in, then yeah, the car started becoming, the brakes didn't work well. But yeah, we kept it together and we did it.
Well, I'll tell you what I can see on the standings at the moment, ladies and gentlemen, I'm looking at the position 1 standings for the championship. Martin, 25 points ahead of himself right now. That puts him up to 181. Landmine, 178 is what I can see. We are talking close battles here. We got 2 races left. We got Paul Ricard coming up, France next week. This is Martin. How do you feel at France? Do you think you got something going there?
Yeah, I think if we got the speed to do it in a straight line, so yeah, I think we can take the Astons there and win it again.
Just don't write off the likes of Brett here. Brett has got to put himself into P2, right? You both take each other out, and he might just say, "Hello, boys, I'm back."
Yeah, that can happen. That's quite easy. But yeah, we just need to keep cool head and next week.
Martin, this is what championships are all about, hey? The last races at Abu Dhabi, where Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton want to whip each other off the track to get that championship. And it doesn't matter how you get there. What do you think about that, Kazi?
Yeah, no, it's well, I hope it's not going to come down to that, whether it's Landmine or Brett and Martin.
No, no, Kazi, no. No, Kazi, no. If you know what I
come
mean.
on. Racing is rubbing. Racing is rubbing. You've got to rub a little bit, not rub up the wrong way, but the right way. It's you've got to race, and you don't know. It could be a dark horse, could be Brett, could be Landmine, could be Martin.
Well,
That'll be decided in Abu Dhabi.
oh, absolutely. Once again, our shout out to our sponsors. Listen, thank you so much for sponsoring these races. This is coming down to the wire. This is exactly what the championships are all about. The last two races, everything to play for. Martin, great P1 there by you. Britt, fantastic P2. And Doctor, keeping your head there and sticking yourself on the podium. Well done, guys. And we do hope to see you next week again, challenging one another for that championship position. Ladies and gentlemen, until next week again, we are going to be back and make sure we are racing at Redline Racing League. Division 1 Realistic Performance. Take care of each other. See you next week. And be good. Remember one thing. Pedal to the metal.